Govberg, and welcome to the world of Oris. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper usage, care, and maintenance of the Oris Divers 65. Now, it's important to note this is an automatic winding timepiece, and underneath the solid caseback is a rotor that takes the kinetic energy of the wrist and converts it into mainspring wind. But should the watch run down, you can manually wind the timepiece by threading the crown out until you feel a pop. Now it's out of its threaded sleeve. Turn 20 to 30 turns in the clockwise direction. You'll note the seconds hand begins to advance. Now you can set the time, set the date, put the watch on the wrist. It will continue to wind itself. But should you wish to wind the watch to the maximum rated power reserve of 38 hours, simply continue turning the crown in a clockwise direction. Due to the bridle style mainspring, you cannot accidentally overwind this timepiece. You'll simply hear a click or a tick inside when the bridle begins to slip by design. Now the watch is fully wound. There are two subsidiary features that allow more precise time setting: stop seconds and the quick set date. Stop seconds is accessed by pulling the crown out to its second stop. You'll feel two detents. The best way to synchronize against a reference time is to halt the seconds hand at the index at 60 and then set the watch against an online atomic clock such that the hours correspond and your watch is 1 minute ahead against your reference. Now wait for your reference to catch up with the time you've set to the hour, minute, and second, and as soon as they match exactly, push the crown back in. You'll note that the seconds hand continues to advance. Now you've synchronized your watch. Now, the intermediate setting position, which is 1 detent out from winding, allows you to rapidly cycle the date should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. This is a useful feature and a convenient one, but it should never be used between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. The turn through midnight, a 6-hour span, represents the period during which the watch's automatic date jumper is engaged. If you need to change the date during this period, manually advance the hours and minutes hands through the change at midnight past 3 a.m. That will change the date safely, but never attempt to use the quick set jumper from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. The consequence would be severe damage to the movement. Now, ultimately, there are a number of hazard areas with respect to the handling and usage of your watch: water, magnetism, and shock. Water is the gravest threat, cosmetically and mechanically. Now, this timepiece is water resistant to 100 meters, which Oris rates as sufficient for aquatic activity short of extreme diving. Now, every Oris watch features its water resistance rating engraved on the caseback for your easy reference. Keep in mind that regardless of the water resistance of the watch, and this one is quite water resistant, leather, a natural porous material, is never water resistant and will degrade in the presence of moisture. So ensure the watch is on a bracelet, textile, or rubber band prior to immersion or even exposure to moisture. Moreover, you can help avoid accidental drownings by keeping the crown threaded in all the way when the watch is submerged or when there's even water on the watch, as attempting to wind or set the watch with water on the case can bypass the seals to catastrophic internal mechanical and cosmetic damage. It's also important to remember that water resistance, unlike the mechanical specification of a watch, is not a static feature of the timepiece. Over time, as seals age and lubricants degrade, the watch will be relatively less water resistant. Therefore, Oris recommends, as a precaution, having your watch water tested annually at an authorized Oris service center. Magnetism, though less visible than water, can be just as disruptive. It has a significant effect on the ferrous hairspring at the center of your watch's balance, effectively its heartbeat. A magnetized watch may run fast, it may run slow, but its performance is characterized by erratic and inaccurate timekeeping. Therefore, keep the watch remote from the closures of wallets, purses, refrigerator doors, high-powered wiring looms, speakers, subwoofers, or MRI equipment, as all of these can magnetize your watch with negative consequences to its timing precision. If you suspect, due to erratic running, that your watch has become magnetized, take it to an authorized Oris service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize your watch. Shock, however, can cause more permanent damage. Concussive activities should be avoided while wearing the watch. Tennis, golf, batting, firearms marksmanship, riding ATVs or mountain bikes, disuse your watch during all of these activities as a precaution. Ultimately, Every fine mechanical timepiece requires a periodic comprehensive service. Oris recommends every 3 to 5 years, and while you're having your watch tested for water resistance on an annual basis, also have the service center check cosmetic condition and chronometric precision. If a full service is necessary, it will include everything from replacement of a worn strap to restoration of original finish, restoration of water resistance, and cleaning, oiling, and adjustment of the movement to restore performance. Perform these exclusively at the factory or factory-authorized service centers, as these agencies solely have the trained personnel, specialized tools and equipment, and original Oris factory replacement parts to protect the value of your watch as both an instrument and as an investment. Moreover, only these agencies can back labor and parts invested with an Oris factory service warranty. Finally, visit our website at govbergwatches.com and call, text, or email our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the ownership experience of this or any Oris fine timepiece.